This is why I stopped listening to drill music. Now, getting straight to the point, the reason why I stopped listening to drill music, it wasn't good for my soul, man. Like, I didn't like what they were rapping about. You know, when you really try, get right with the Lord, get right with God and whatnot, try and boost your faith and beliefs in Him, and then you go back to listening to that song, those types of music, you can't feel the same, and you can't help but feel the same. Not feel the same. It disturbs your spirit, it disturbs your peace. Because the teachings in drill music, essentially shanking, killing, all of that heinous crime, to the Americans watching, drill music is essentially, well, let's say equivalent to the hip hop that is common in America, where you have the people in the black culture community in the America areas and in an American sense. It's very common for them to boast about their women in an excess lustful way, or I don't know, talk about the murders that they've had, the money that they have, and it's all out of a greed standpoint. Not an area to inspire, but more so an area to indoctrinate a sense of fear, greed, and envy and lust. A bad impact, really, if you ask me. And, one of the main reasons why I stopped listening to drill music, it's beneath me now. I used to always listen to it when I'm a teenager, and I'd say the black culture equivalent to that, talking about the American rap and linking that culture to the UK black culture. And when I say black culture, I'm not saying that every black person is a degenerate, right? And I'm living proof of that as a black man speaker myself. With fluent English, we actually went to school and can speak properly. When I say black culture, I'm not saying every black person is bad, but it's the message that they indoctrinate with this culture. And it's so common now that it's just part of the norm, unfortunately. And the UK equivalent of that is, quite similar to the American, but I guess less extreme. Rather than guns, we use knives here, unfortunately. Well, let me not say we, because I'm not part of the problem. I don't do that stuff. They, right? They being the people who are part of the black culture in England, promoting that stuff, which I don't live by. I don't trust. I don't like. Disgusting. I don't do that stuff. But it's a thing, it's a common thing. And our version of that would be people talking about the murders that they've had by stabbing people with knives. Yeah. Robberies, and obviously you got the greed. Of course, they're talking about the women too. The fornication journeys. I just don't like it. And I had a conversation with my brother yesterday, because yesterday there was this drill event, if you will. Wouldn't necessarily call it an event, but there was a massive truck, and just filled with people wearing masks of robbers. We like to call it ballies here. And they're just singing some degenerate stuff. They had a top on, it was in black, and it said, "Don't get me mad." I don't like where this is going, I think to myself. This was around 2 o'clock, 2:30ish, when I was washing the dishes yesterday. And one of the lyrics I heard was, "Don't get me mad, don't get me mad, I'll shake my shank." Now, to the Americans watching, what does that mean? What's a shank? Well, a shank is a slang term, indicating a knife in British culture. And yeah, that's the message that they push out. This is why I don't like drill music, because they push out this negative agenda, and it most definitely influences murders in real life. Gangs are formed because of this shit. I made a video earlier this year. This may have been during the springtime, and I was talking about a journey, not necessarily a journey, but an experience that I witnessed of a 17-year-old boy. So this was 2 years ago, right? 2023. A 17-year-old boy in my class. I was 17 at the time too, right? He was shot on the head, and he died. He was awake around 4 in the morning, and we were just randomly told one day in class that he passed away. And at the time, when the teacher alerted us, I wasn't really sure who exactly the person was, until I did a bit of digging research, and I saw his face again, and I was thinking, oh, it's him. And it gave me this oh shoot moment, because I was sitting next to this person during the first days of college, and I never would have guessed that I was part of a gang. I mean, he was very quiet, polite from what I've gotten. Didn't really speak much, but his attendance was really poor, so that may have played a factor. And lo and behold, unfortunately, he lived the gang life. And one occasion, I came back from lunch in college, and I saw him with a group of friends. Now, he had a relatively innocent-looking face, and I'm not going to expose his name and whatnot, anything like that in the video. I'm not going to do anything. just for out of respect, honor that he is dead. But yeah, he went to my college, and you know, that one encounter I was talking about came out from college. Well, college break. I was coming back from college break, and I just looked at him and his friends. I think he had about three or four people around him, and let's just say, judging from their faces, they looked like people who would get up to no good. And judging from the unfortunate outcome of the person in my class who was once a classmate of mine, I wasn't really close with him or anything like that. But he was in my class. I sat next to him. It kind of messed me up a bit. Not that I knew him, but just for the mere fact of he was just here and is gone. Someone in our class died. It's one thing to hear stuff like this in the movies. Different story in real life. And I had a conversation with my brother yesterday about this. I was calling him. I told him to look at what was going on outside. And even we both agreed that drill music is dead. We don't need to listen to that shit anymore. I'm 19 years old. I'm turning 20 in 3 months. He's 21 years old, turning 22 in 2 months. We're past that now, man. We're not teenagers. Well, I'm still a teenager, of course. Let me enjoy my last few youthful years as a teenager. Let's enjoy that. But yeah, we both agreed drill music is pretty much dead. I don't understand, and I said this to him, why anyone above the age of 25 would listen, right? Really 18. 25 is me being nice. When your brain fully matures at 25, why do you feel the need to listen to that stuff? I never understood that. I still don't to this day. Really? You shouldn't be listening to drill music 18 and over. Why? And I noticed people that listen to that type of music, both men and women, they tend to move a different way. They speak a certain way, a certain slang way, British culture terms, which I really dislike. Now, don't get me wrong. Not necessarily. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't mind the accents. I can adapt with anyone and whatever the accents may be. People speak how they want to, I know it's based on environment, culture, and where they grew up. Cool. The body language needs to stop. I don't like their body language. It disgusts me, and I saw this yesterday. I saw a person rubbing his crotch, putting his hands in his crotch. And I remember I used to have a friend about 3 years ago. Well, he's still my friend, but he had a connection with someone who's more into the drill scene and made music. And I would chill with him at times. Not due to personal wants. It's not like I didn't mind his company. I never really had a problem with him. I don't really have problems with anyone. And even with the people who are in that drill space, they never really had a problem with me, and rightfully so, because I mind my own business, right? I was a good boy in school, right? You guys make fun of me in the comments. Shut up, man. I got my grades. I have good English now. You're listening to me at this extent. You probably like my videos. It's probably saying I speak well. That's because I went to school, even though I fucking hated it. Let me not swear as much this time. I'm not in the mood for that, but yeah, man. Yeah, I never really had a problem with them. I keep to myself. I only have 5 friends, 5 good friends, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, but I don't listen to drill music anymore. It's dead. It's not good for your spirit. It's not good for your soul. And I feel like, no, not even I feel like, well, it's a mixture of both belief and, feeling too, because it intertwined in this sense. And, I actually believe it's devil's work. Now, music is a gift from God, guys. Lucifer was a beautiful angel. But do you want to know why he became the devil? He had too much pride. Pride is the original sin, guys. Pride is the original sin. Right? The devil wanted to be better than God. He thought, I can be better than you. He thought, I don't need you. God banished him. Satan's now the fallen angel. And there's a reason why God made heaven and earth. Look at all the sins people do. I mean, let's link the drill video, the drill stuff, crap, into what I'm talking about now. You have people actually killing people, talking about the crimes. And I had a conversation with my mum a while back. Teenagers is the most dangerous age for men. It's so true. And I'm saying men in this case because it's mainly men that do the drill stuff and the stabbings and whatnot. It's one of the most dangerous ages because it's one of the ages where drill is influenced the most. And there are a lot of stabbings that happen. Now, it's very common, you see it on the news a lot, right? And it's mainly people around my age range. Heck, some people don't even reach the age of 20. I mean, look at the story I told you about a few minutes ago. The 17-year-old guy died. I was 17 too. He's gone now. It's been 2 years, probably 2 years, 2.5 years. So it's just not worth doing, man. It's not good for my spirit, it's not good for my soul. And I used to always listen to that in rap. Let me rephrase that. I used to always listen to that when working out, and it never done me justice. I'd always come out of working out, and I'd feel this unnecessary anger. Where is that coming from? That drill music, man. And like I told you, Satan's a brilliant musician, right? In heaven, and God praised him highly. He loved him for it. But Satan's pride led to the downfall, and he likes, like I always say in my videos, Satan can't create shit. He wants to be God so bad. He wants to try to imitate God's way so bad, but he can't. So he is only capable of changing and twisting the good that God has given. Like marriage, for example. Marriage was initially good. He twisted that, made that demonic, and has made it possible for same-sex have marriage, which defies natural order, because the natural order of things, as we know, it's for man and woman. It's so bizarre to me. But the devil has twisted the world to make it even seem as if that is a good thing, which I don't understand. Not in the slightest. I don't understand it. You know, how fornication is glorified now. Seems to be the talk of the town nowadays. People are becoming more and more degenerate. I mean, you literally have guys touching their own penises, pulling their pants down as if they walk, having 2 layers of pants. And I've been with people like this in college, had them in my classroom, 2 people like that, degenerates. So they were really funny. But let's cut the college stuff. Now we're in the real world now, right? They're about 1 or 2 years older than me. That behavior can't run. It needs to stop, because they're influencing the kids now, and now they're gonna have bad morals and a bad foundation because of this stupidness. And it promotes more killing, so it's devil's work. Now, some of you guys may not like that. Some of you guys may start clicking off the videos. If you're promoting violence, that's the devil's work, and you're glorifying the crimes that you've committed like it's a joke. And I've had times, like even 2 years ago, I was coming back. I was 17 doing work experience, and I had this 12-year-old guy in the bus. I was just sitting by myself for a bit. I had this 12-year-old guy in the bus with his friends boasting about the crimes he's done, stealing and whatnot. And I could tell from the way of his speaking, he came from the drill. He was influenced by drill. I don't blame him. It's sad. The peer pressure is there. But that doesn't glorify what he's doing. But it sucks how people fall into this type of stuff. So I don't agree with drill music and stuff and whatnot. I think it's nasty. This is why I don't listen to it, man. So I gotta protect my temple. And temple's not just your body. You know, there's a common saying, your body's the temple of the Holy Spirit. And so you shouldn't sexually fornicate. Yes, protect your body and also protect your mind too. That music shit, don't do it. Don't listen. I stopped. And there'll be times, with an addiction, to realize you're in addiction is when you try to stop and you come back. I've had days where, I'd profess to stop watching drill, then I'd come back to it. But when I professed that, even that first time I professed that I don't want to do it anymore, it hurt my mind. It messed me up. I felt bad. Like, I would blast, like, drill music out loud in the morning, like 7 a.m. in the morning, and my whole family's sleeping. I look back now, I don't know how I did that, because nowadays, well, not nowadays anymore, I don't listen to drill anymore, but even the days when I was in my trials of overcoming that stuff, I would purposely turn down the volume because I realized the crime of those words. And it was a progressive thing, when I stopped listening to drill, it was a progressive thing in the sense of, cool, usually with addictions, best case scenario, it's here, you stop in a day. It's not that simple for most of us, so it was no different with me. I stopped listening to drill music. It was a progressive thing. I had to just listen to instrumentals now. I had to stop with the lyrics, because I know, but from my experience, that addiction was easy to overcome. Then eventually I just got sick of it, man, because even the instrumentals made me want to go back to the lyrics because I thought it didn't sound as good. And honestly, I just got sick of it, and I don't really do that stuff anymore. Don't listen to it. So I listen to more so battle music. When I work out now, anime music, I love me some anime too. I don't listen to drill anymore. It's beneath me, man. I can't do it. Never again.